Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. We are looking at the Nasdaq 100. Of course, everyone should know by now, we've been making moves to the downside, so we've been bearish. But into today's session, the market transitioned overnight and we started getting this bullish momentum pushed to the upside, okay, within this. You can see this leg here, this low here, this high here so far. So we're breaking structure to the upside, as you can see. And if we continue doing so, all we want to do is look for pullbacks to go long. For example, right here, this would have been a decent little scalp in this zone right here to go long. But just be careful because the market could be setting itself up for a continued push to the downside where it takes out the low here at 182. But we're trading based on what we see and what the market is currently doing, based on, the structural breaks and the direction is actually moving. So right now it could come up here and break above the high here at 17,553. So yeah, right now you can be looking for opportunities to take long positions, all right, because we are breaking structure to the upside. But just be very careful, and be very mindful because we could continue, this could just be a opportunity where all this in between movement, like these swings to the upside and then the swings to the downside as it starts to take out these small little internal areas or lows, could just be internal, could create itself to become an internal, I'm not trying to say a range in a sense, okay, to where it just comes down and then breaks below here at 182 right here. So I'm going to stay and be mindful of not taking any trades quite yet because the market is just opening up. It's currently 9:45. I like to typically wait about 20-25 minutes. And again, I trade supply and demand if you're anyone out there that's watching the channel for the first time. So I'm going to hold off to see if I can get into a trade. Maybe just kind of scalping going long for right now. But I also have to be, mindful as far as what's above me as well. Do we have any key areas of supply? Okay, so let's just hold tight and stay tuned and we'll see what we can get into. So I'm waiting to see what the market's going to do here. We're in this range right now. In a sense, it could create a bigger range, or is it going to push to the upside? So maybe this area here right around the round number 17,500. Maybe if we get some projection there to take a quick scalp to the downside. We'll see. I'm not 100% yet. So, and the market could break right through this and then push higher, and then we get a break of structure above here. So you got to be able to see what it's, the market's really doing. Because if you look at things from the 60 range chart here, okay, which is a chart I like to mark most of my zones, we're just in a pullback, but there is some this is bullish momentum to the upside. Now, if we go to a higher base and even a higher base chart, let's say like 120, range chart, I trade range-based range charts. Yeah, I mean, you can see where the market is, pushing higher as well. But ultimately, overall, I'll say that we're, slightly bullish to the upside here for right now. But again, if we start to continue break structure to the downside, then of course, things can change. All right, so let's see. All right, so I'm aiming for this area down here at 372, 371. And the 40, I talked about the 40 and 70 pivot areas or hidden pivot levels that a lot of traders don't know about, but I'm looking for it to break lower and hit this TP area down here. That red line is an area of demand on the 60 range chart. Again, I trade range based charts. I'm going to bring my stop down some. Actually, I'm going to bring it down to here. Okay, look at it. There we go. We just got filled. Okay. So again, the market is moving lower here and is breaking through some areas of structure below. I just look for a pullback and looking for to go short. So it was in this area right here. I want to pull back because we're breaking, breaking down, breaking structure to the downside here, and looking for it to test this area. You see this area of demand right here. So be careful in this area right here because we're at 370. We're at a 70 pivot level, as well as there is aggressive buying that took place to the left hand side of this chart. So the market could bounce here, but right now I'm going to hold off. So that was a beautiful short to the downside there. Okay. All right. So far I picked up 178 ticks there on the Nasdaq. Okay. And this is the E-mini or the mini version of the Nasdaq, not the micro, but same thing. You can have taken that same trade going short. And again, the reason why I'm taking a short was because of the fact was we're breaking structure to the downside. Now we are in this all this in between where the market was making these higher highs and higher lows and now breaking structure lower. we could come down here and break below 178, and this would be all this would be internal area of structure that the market has formed that aided in this structural break to the downside here. If we get that, I'm not saying it will, because it could turn back around and push back up higher. So we'll just gonna kind of wait to see what's going to take place as it continues making its move. So let's see. Again, this is a bullish move or momentum move to the upside here. So when it starts breaking structure like this, you can look for pullbacks to go long. But when we flip it and we start to break structure to the downside, and if it starts running, you know, some of these lows here where areas of structure or internal areas of structure, then you want to look for possibly a pullback areas to go short. And that's what I did. The market started breaking lower. It broke below this area here at 383, say 388. And I just look for a quick pullback to go short. Now it could break this area right here at 346, and then just be careful to where it could possibly pull back. It could pull back here to 385. It can come all the way back up here and pull back to 496 or 497 area, or 498, I should say. So just be careful, you know, if it continues breaking structure to the downside. All right, so the market broke below that area there at 347, like I mentioned. But look, people, it bounced right here. You got to pay attention right here. What was this? 40. See that? I'm going to talk about the 70 and 40 pivot levels or areas. It bounced right there. If you look to the left-hand side, you could probably say, well, why did it bounce right there? Yeah, it may fit in some area of imbalance, but the 40 and 70 pivot levels are areas in which the market can bounce. So I treat them just like 70, just like the 50 or half numbers and round numbers. A lot of traders don't know about it, so I'm here to tell you, pay close attention to those levels as well. So now we have this push to the downside where it's breaking these areas of internal structure to the left-hand side of the chart here. Could it reject this area? Well, it just broke above it slightly. So I'm not saying it can't continue pushing lower, but right now my inch, and it just tapped into a round number. So it could reject this area here. So let's see what happens. But it did break above here. So this little swing high. So I'm not interested any longer as this upholding as a level to which the market could, you know, break lower, or a supply area, I should say. So, but we just tapped into the 400 round number, and it could break lower. So we'll see what happens here. All right, I'm into this short position here, and hopefully, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and try to take it for about 20 points here, and then close the position out. I think it has potential to run lower here, but we'll see what happens. It's rejection off of that 400 round number there, and we're already breaking structure to the downside. Oh, look at that, to the tick. Okay, we just got TP hit there, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that out there. And I think that, again, this was a 400 round number of pullback. We're breaking structure as we move lower here, so it could run this area and come down here and test this area down here, possibly around 317. It may bounce there. There was demand resting right there when the market started pushing to the upside right here. So just be very careful. All right, 2 quick scalps. I'm back over my 60 range chart here. And look, see, we're running back down to this area here, that 40 area. We broke structure here. Be careful here in this area here, because the market can reject or bounce off of any of these areas here, possibly here, and definitely down here. This was the low down here. This was the high for today, but the market started making this bullish move to the upside right here. So any of those areas, because we had aggressive areas of buying here, the market can, you know, bounce, or I should say, you know, react at those areas. So just be careful. Now what could also happen here is that we could get a pullback once the market breaks below this area of 40 to this. It could pull back right here and possibly continue rejecting and push lower, or it could pull back deeper into this movement to the downside now when we're, you know, these structural breaks as we're pushing lower, and test where I have this red line resting up here at basically almost around the half number there. Round number there at 17,500. So just be very mindful too. So two quick back-to-back trades going short there, and I'm up 360 ticks. Now I got into this trade here a little early, so I closed it out pretty quick here. But anyways, I'm up 360. That's 360 ticks, not points now. So you take that and you divide that by 4, and I tell you how many points I picked up for today so far on just those two trades there. All right, so that's 90 points there on the Nasdaq so far, just those 2 trades. I'm looking for short opportunities because, again, we're breaking structure to the downside. moving lower. All right. And all this again is internal area, or this is all the structure you see breaking to the upside, now pushing to the downside. These are all internal areas of structure where the market may continue running lower. Again, I'm not saying that it can't reject at any point and start to push higher, and then we get a break above here at 553. If we do, we just look for a pullback. So, if the market starts to do something like, what am I doing here, guys? Sorry about that. Arrow line, and we break structure to the upside, breaking above this area here, then we just look for some pullback, some key area of demand below us to take the market going back up. You just have to visualize this stuff with your eyes. All right. And it's not hard to do. Just practice, and that's how you not say become perfect, but in time it helps you gain just more experience to take better trades. And this is how I trade supply and demand using range-based charts. Now, I don't trade time, ticker, volume, but if you do and you're consistent and profitable trading those type charts, then that's fine. People always ask why I trade range charts. I just trade them because that's what I started from, using NinjaTrader, and it just helps me. I can the movement and things are just clear to the eye with the range-based versus with the time-based charts. For me, I don't like to see those big old wicks and things like that. It kind of messes with me, but it's just neater and cleaner to the eye. That's the only reason why I trade it. I don't know what charts when it comes to range are comparable with to time-based charts. I don't know, so please don't ask that. People always ask me. I do not know 100%. But someone over on the Discord community, if you're interested in joining our Discord, it's free. The link is down in the description. Someone there probably could give you an answer, or at least get you close to it. But I trade supply and demand, so this is how I trade each and every day, just looking for good scalps for at least 20 points per trade or more, and that's pretty much what I like to do daily. I mean, I like to take no more than 2 trades a day, to be honest with you, and that's what I've been working on since the beginning of this year. Been trading for 13 years, just kind of back pass or past history, log. And I told myself in coming into 2024 that I would work on turning my runners into, my winners. Well, I should say this: turning my winners and allowing them to run more, in a sense. So picking up more profit off of each trade versus just scalping for a few points and getting out. That becomes a little bit more dangerous, and the more you should know by now, the more you trade, what happens? The more you trade, and spend more time in the market, the more risk you're taking on. All right, so you may be up $1,000, and all of a sudden you take a bad trade, think it's a good trade, and then you done, lost a few $100 on that profit, but still you're up green. And I always talk about being green for the day that's the goal. I believe everybody and each person that trades consistently and profitably and knows how to trade correctly, you should be green every day. You shouldn't be having losing days if you're scalping and you're only taking 1 or 2 trades. All right. If you take 1 trade and you again take 2 trades, cut it. Don't trade anymore. Okay. If you had a bad day or you had a losing day, then just cut it to preserve your capital for the next day. Don't keep going at it and start to revenge trade. That's where you're going to start to have a lot of problems, and you're going to start blowing through capital that way. Okay, so don't do that. Don't start revenge trading. It's a bad habit. So a lot of people do it because they get greedy, and greed can lead to you blowing your account. Trust me when I say that. So if you get into this business and you have some form of a psychological problem, or you think that you're going to have a greed problem to where you're just going to chase the markets all day long and try to make money, look, you're doing it the wrong way. There is a strategic way of trading. Trading is a craft. It's an art. There's no science to it. You have to just be able to read this stuff with your own eyes, and a lot of people can't. So just because they may have a good job somewhere and they're ready to quit that job and they want to start trading for full-time for a living because now, I have the money now. Most people don't. I make $150,000 at my job. I'm burnt out, but I put away $50,000 or $100,000 I can put into my brokerage account, or a quarter of that to start trading with, and then you don't know anything about trading, and then you start to allow that greed to think that because you have the money to start trading with, you start going at the market thinking you can tackle it. The market's going to tackle you. I promise you that, if you do not know how to read it correctly. And then you're going to find yourself back at that same job or another job, working 9 to 5 or whatever, putting that grunt work in again. So do yourself the biggest favor, and I'm telling you right now, learn market structure and learn how to trade the correct way. Stop revenge trading. If you take a few bad trades, 1 or 2, get out and stop for the day. Recoup. Get your mind back right. So right now, today is Friday, and the market's it's not doing too much since the opening around this area. We just kind of move a little lower. So I just look for two great trades or scalps right here, and just wanted to kind of capture any kind of trades that I could take today in this video. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do a breakdown of the trades that I took today for our private community. Those are the elite members. If you're interested in becoming an elite member here on the channel, it's just $6.99 a month. That's all it is, okay? Not $699, just $6.99. What do you receive? The trade breakdowns. That's where I go into detail about the trades, and it has helped people out tremendously. So if you're interested in becoming an elite member, find the link for the private community to become an elite member right down in the description portion of this video. You'll see a link that says become a elite member. Click on it. Make sure to choose the second tier. Two tiers will pop up. The one that says elite channel supporter or elite channel member for $6.99. Choose that one. You'll be able to gain access to the trade breakdowns and the video playlist as well. So they are private only to the elite members. So and I got some other things I think I'm maybe working on in the mix to add some more perk or reward levels, going forward or down the road. So anyways, everyone that has currently supports my efforts here on the channel as a content creator, because that's what you're doing by supporting and subscribing to and becoming an elite member. I'm giving you something for supporting my efforts as a content creator here on the channel. So the trade breakdowns, again, have helped people a lot, because it's just like you're sitting next to me. I'm giving you the full-on rundown of the trades I took, why I took them, so you grasp an understanding, and it has helped people. A lot of people have had their aha moments because they watch and then, the trade breakdown. So get pen and pad, take notes when I'm going through in detail about the trades, because I walk from the higher base to the lower base, letting you know why I took that trade all the way down to the lower base chart, looking at both either a supply or demand area and talking about what I was looking for as the price action was happening, as the movement was happening, okay? Where to place your stop at, where to take profit at, things of that nature, okay? And there are lots of videos already there on, for those who have access to and who support the channel, who are elite members. There's already lots of trade breakdowns videos there, and you also have access to the video playlist. So if you're interested in becoming an elite member, all you have to do, again, is scroll down to the lower portion of this video, down in the description, click on the link that says become a member or elite member, or you can click on that little join tab that you see right in front of you. It says JOIN, join. The same thing, two tiers will pop up. Make sure to choose the one that says elite channel supporter. I'm getting ready to jump off here, so if you're not a current subscriber, what are you waiting for? It's free of charge. Just click on the sub button. Thank you for doing so. If you are a current subscriber or anyone that's looking to subscribe today and is getting ready to hit that sub button, make sure to turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. And last but not least, do me the biggest favor of all. If you found value in today's video, please drop a like on the video. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next trading video. Have a good weekend, and make sure to trade safe if you're trading today. I'm not sure what the market's going to give us today, how much action it's going to give, but just make sure to trade safe. Take care.